All right, now Professor Madhav Nalapat, who's editorial director of the TSG, is joining me live on the broadcast. Sir, at this point, in fact, the interview that has come also exposes the kind of questions that have been raised on the judiciary time and again in the country, and given the kind of replies that have been given and answered by the former CGI Chandrachud, DY Chandrachud, it is important to understand that in fact there have been questions which are always told that they have not been asked, but at the same time these are the questions when asked, and DY Chandrachud has with facts given the answer to the kind of concerns that have been raised by the BBC journalist.
Well, I'd like to first point out that the BBC is not an independent news outlet. It reflects the voice of the traditional British establishment, and frankly, that establishment is a little bit nostalgic about the fact that in 1947, the Union Jack was lowered from all the official buildings in Delhi and replaced with the glorious Indian tricolour. As far as Stephen Stacker is concerned, he has strongly supported the Ukraine war, the war that has been conducted by Ukraine against Russia, and he has remained in that position. He has spread Russophobia, and frankly, he has, whether wittingly or not, spread Hinduphobia, including in the UK. And that's among the reasons why the Starmer government did something astonishing and equated so-called Hindu extremism with the extremism of other faiths. You remember that in Britain, the grooming gangs are almost entirely Pakistani. There are a few Bangladeshis among them. There is, to my understanding, no Indian, no citizen of India, but they're called Asian gangs or South Asian gangs. So again, bringing India illegally into the mix. So Stephen Sacker is not a straightforward journalist. He has a set agenda, and his questions reflected that agenda. Now, for example, Ayodhya. The fact is, Ayodhya, Kashi, and Mathura are the three holy sites of the Hindu community. You know, they are the Makkah, Medina of the Hindu community, the Al-Aqsa of the Hindu community. They are the Bethlehem of the Christian community. They are the Jerusalem of the Jewish community. And according to Stephen Sacker, Hindus have absolutely no historical rights to any of them. And he finds fault for even the Ram Mandir coming up, which frankly was done after a protracted court battle. And this is the kind of prejudice and bias he has got. It reflects an inbuilt Colonel Blimp bias. As far as Justice Chandrachud is concerned, he is an outstanding jurist. Anywhere in the world, he would stand comparison as one of the best jurists around. And he answered very ably and correctly the very loaded questions posed by Stephen Sacker. Frankly, I hardly listen to Hard Talk, and I do get onto BBC twice a day to find out what is reporting on various issues. But it can't be taken seriously as a news channel or even as a views channel unless you want only a particular point of view. In every issue, the BJP has a point of view, and it's a different point of view from what the truth often is. As you know, so-called fact checkers are actually checkers to see that there is no fact in a statement, and they want to change that fact and replace them with falsehoods. That has been exposed now by WikiLeaks, and I think that the time will come one day when the BBC is also exposed by WikiLeaks. So I'm glad Justice Chandrachud had an interview with him. I'm glad with his outstanding ability and competence, he was able to handle the very loaded, one-sided, biased and prejudiced questions asked by Stephen Sacker. And I think this is a credit to not only the Indian judiciary, but to the Republic of India, and to the fact that the judiciary is standing tall in the Republic of India. Now, Stephen Sacker has an agenda against the Modi government. He has an agenda against the PM Modi's led government, and that's been clear across several shows. So all those biases were showing in this interview. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Nalapat, thank you very much for sharing your insights.